Field survey demonstration. Today we come to the scene of the rough cast room for you to carry out the Joyplan field demonstration. So let's take a look. What kind of apartment is it? The place where I am standing is the public area of this type of house. Let's go inside a little bit. The space on the right will be used as a kitchen. And the space adjacent to it, the shower and bathroom, will be here from now on. Again, this room has a bay window which can be used as a children's room. This one is the master bedroom which has its own bathroom and a balcony. Let's go outside. This one is also a room with a bay window. In the future, it can be used as a room for the elderly. And then this is a small room. This one can be used as a study room in the future because it has a separate balcony. Then what I just introduced is this flat level apartment. Before conducting a full measurement, we first need to understand the drawing rules and the techniques of the apps. Before using Joyplan for drawing, we will draw a space first and then draw the corresponding space. Because the common wall of public space is small, so we first begin to draw from public space. Then draw the other spaces corresponding to it. Before measurement, we should familiarize ourselves with the operating interface of the app. Click My Unit, choose New Unit Layout, and choose Unit Drawings. Let's just click on the cursor and drag the cursor. Draw the first wall. You can double click on it to change its properties. Let's light up the corresponding cartoon character to switch the position of the interior wall. Our inner wall red line represents our inner wall line. Because in the field, we started measuring along the inside of the room. So keep our inner wall red line on the inside of the room at all times. In this way, the measured data will not be wrong. After understanding the basic operation, let's start by drawing the first space of this apartment type, which is the public space, which is the area of the guest restaurant where I am now. First, we click the rangefinder boot button and then turn on the Bluetooth switch at the bottom of the interface. Bluetooth matching was performed between the rangefinder and our apps. When the match is successful, we drag the cursor. Draw the first line of the wall. Switching our cartoon characters. Confirm the position of the inner wall line. We start with the bottom end of the rangefinder on the corresponding wall. Then click the measurement key of the rangefinder to measure the distance. The measured data will be automatically synchronized to the apps. At this point, we can drag the cursor to draw the second wall. Let our inner wall red line always be on the inside of the space. And then place the rangefinder on the wall where it will be located. Click the Mies key in the interface. Control rangefinder for ranging. The measured data will be automatically synchronized to our apps. You will notice that I did not measure it in sections. There's also no need to reserve door location. This is to avoid excessive errors in segmented measurement. Our software first measures the overall wall length. When the space closes up, now let's add these structures. So now let's finish drawing the public space. Then you can add to the structure. After the space is drawn, we will going to add components to it. Click on the plus sign on the bottom right corner. Find the corresponding component. Long press and drag to the appropriate space. Click on it again. To modify its property parameters, let's measure its length first. When you measure the width, it can also modify the thickness of our walls. determine the height. Including its margins. Our entry door component is finished. Let's now go ahead and add all the other components to this space. We have finished adding the components of the public space. Now we want to draw with the second adjacent space. There are two kinds of adjacent space mapping techniques. One is connected and positioned through the components of the door. In other words, when I draw this space, it is positioned through the components of the door. Therefore, the starting point of the cursor should be set at both ends of the inside of the door. Select this endpoint as the starting point before drawing this space. First, we'll be on a good space before bridging the component parameter is set. And lock it down. Avoid moving its position during operation. We now move on to the second special measurement. Drag the cursor. Position the cursor at either end of the inside of the door. Put our rangefinder in the appropriate position. Drag the cursor. Start measuring distance. So now the space is closed. We continue to add to this structure. Let's now demonstrate the second drawing technique, space moving method. Let's drag the cursor to the interface of the blank area. Then click and drag our cursor to draw the first wall. And confirm the location of this interior and exterior wall. Then use our rangefinder to measure distance. Close the space. And then click on the plus sign in the bottom right corner. Add this structure. Click on the structure. Measure the length. Width and height. This side of the edge distance is 0. So we set the left margin to 0. Click on the inside of the space. There is a move in the interface on the right. Click on it. At this point, we can drag our space to align it with the door. It is closed now. This is our space moving method. Then we now use these two methods to complete the drawing of this house. So now our room has been measured. Let's measure the beam again. Find the components of the beam first, drag to the appropriate location, and then click on it to edit. Measure its length and width. Its width is going to be the width of this segment. So you just measure this part right here. Then it will be the same height as our top. Subtract the height of the segment and you get the height. So we need to measure it twice. We measure the total height and then we subtract the height of the section. That will be the height of the beam, which is 300. Now we have a complete set of drawings. You can click on the above 3D mode to switch to the 3D mode to view. You can also enter roaming mode to make changes. In roaming mode, you can move and view. Well then, we have completed the drawing of this set of our apartment today. Did you learn something?